Breaking right now at 5, conservative activist and Turning Point USA co-founder Charlie Kirk has died after being shot at Utah Valley University. It happened as he was speaking at a large outdoor event. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brennan Gurley. At this moment, we are waiting for a potential special report by CBS on the latest surrounding Kirk's death. But here's what we know right now. That shooting happened just afternoon on the campus of Utah Valley University. That's in the city of Orem, about an hour south of Salt Lake City. At the White House, the president announcing flags will be flying at half-staff in Kirk's honor. And here's also a live look right now at the scene. The area where the shooting happened has been cleared out, and a large law enforcement presence remains at the university. CBS's Torian Small has the latest.
It happened in broad daylight at an event at Utah Valley University. As Charlie Kirk addressed the crowd, a single fatal shot was fired.
I hear up top, I just saw him grab, it looked like his neck, and there's just blood pouring out everywhere, and his eyes kind of rolled back.
This video shows security rushing 31-year-old Charlie Kirk to the hospital. The panicked crowd ran for cover.
It's traumatizing. It scares. I don't even want to go to school tomorrow.
President Trump confirmed the death on Truth Social. Kirk was a rising star in conservative politics and a fierce ally of the president's. He was a co-founder of Turning Point USA, which advocates for conservative politics on university campuses. Well known to CBS News chief Washington analyst Bob Costa.
I have covered Charlie Kirk for a long time, have spoken to him at so many political events over the years. This is someone who has galvanized conservatives across the country. He is seen as someone who was really able to gather the Trump movement, especially those under 30, and make them into a force.
Students streamed off campus as news spread, and from both sides of the political spectrum, lawmakers condemned the shooting, calling for an end to political violence. Torian Small, CBS News, Washington.
We now want to bring in Smith County Republican Chairman David Stein. David, thanks for being here. David, I first want to get to, how did you first hear about that shooting, and what was your immediate reaction?
I think I was actually on the internet at the time. I was just looking at various news stories, and it popped up, and then all of a sudden my phone started going off with all the text and people asking questions, and then everybody's responding to every different news source that's out there. So it's been an interesting afternoon.
You know, as a respected local leader, David, how has this news affected you personally?
It's awful. It's awful. This guy was 31 years old, and hang the politics. Okay, this guy was a husband. He was a dad. He's got 2 young kids. This is a woman that's going to live her life raising kids as a single mom. These are 2 kids that are going to grow up without their dad. And it's awful. And anybody that goes anywhere different with it, it's just reprehensible.
And in your view, what does this attack say about the level of political division in this country right now?
There again, awful is the great word for it. Everybody wants to be angry. We live in this state of hyperventilation. And yes, this is an act that's something to get angry about. But ratcheting up the violence, ratcheting up the rhetoric, doesn't answer the question. But it's just got to stop with this senseless violence everywhere. We get offended at the drop of a hat. We're wearing our feelings on our shoulder. We get upset at the slightest little thing that might offend us. And it's just gotten far, far too out of hand.
You know, David, we first reported, that the suspect had been captured, and then we later learned from the university that the suspect has not been captured, actually. Do you think this incident raises concerns about security at political events at college campuses?
Well, I'm not sure. The answer is yes. I'm not sure why he didn't have more security there. It seemed like it was pretty light on the security. And certainly with the way that his events have transpired, with people coming up and confronting him, there would always be a concern for that type of safety. But, we're seeing that here. We saw a town hall right here in Smith County over the summer that was just, pretty nasty and just unnecessary in what it does. And this is right here in little old Smith County. This is a great place to live, but these things can put a dent in a community in a second.
David, there's obviously a lot of people who are upset and just trying to process the news about Mr. Kirk. Is there a message you think that both sides of the political aisle need to hear right now?
Just dial it down a quarter turn. just look at this as a guy who's got a family. What it means, there's a process that has to play out. We want instant answers. We want to know exactly who the killer is and what and why. And sometimes those answers don't come out right away. I saw a post where there was a man that they were escorting away who now has said he's not the person. So we just have to wait and let the authorities do their job, let the law enforcement system do what they do best. It's like our folks here in Smith County and the Tyler Police Department. They've got to do their jobs, give them time to do the proper investigations. And when they have the right answers, we'll know what they are.
All righty, David Stein, thank you for your time and your insight.